We're going to start our detox desserts blueberry muffins by mixing all of our dry ingredients. I have 1 1/2 cup of flour swap, 3/4 cup of granular sugar swap, 1/2 teaspoon of fine salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. If you're making these grain-free, go ahead and double it to 4 teaspoons. We'll mix our dry ingredients until it's nice and well incorporated and no lumps remain. Next, we'll add our wet ingredients. I've got 1 egg swap. Remember to always mix your egg swap with hot water. 1/2 cup of unsweetened plant milk. I'm using almond milk. 1/3 cup of room temperature, well-stirred butter swap. Got 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract. We'll mix our wet and dry ingredients together. We're looking for a nice smooth batter without any lumps. And this first example is 100% grain-free flour swap, so it's normal for the batter to be fairly thick and crumbly. That is a-okay. It's going to bake up great. And once we're done mixing, we're going to let the batter rest for about 5 minutes while the fiber absorbs all that extra moisture. And we're going to do 1 whole lemon zested in our batter. Now, you don't have to do the lemon, but it adds this nice bright flavor to the muffins that I love, and most of our customers really love the recipe with the lemon zest. So make sure you buy unwaxed organic lemons so you don't get that food wax or pesticides in your muffins. Pour in about 1 cup of, I'm using fresh organic blueberries. You can also use frozen unthawed blueberries. Now gently fold in your blueberries and the lemon zest. We don't want to smush our blueberries. So in the grain-free muffins, I'm just gently folding in these blueberries. So for my grain-free, I'm going to line 12 cupcake tins with parchment paper. I like the pretty parchment paper. And I'm going to use my large cookie scoop to get equal portions and drop it right in there. You see it be fairly crumbly. That's okay for the grain-free. Just gently press it in. I'm going to sprinkle each with just a little more granular sugar swap. Bake your grain-free blueberry muffins at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. Now check out the difference in the batter with the whole grain versus the grain-free. It's definitely very thick and sticky. My batter has rested for that 5 minutes, but it's not as crumbly and dry. So it's going to handle like a little more like traditional muffin batter. Now when we're baking our whole grain, we're going to bake them at 400 degrees, and we're just going to make 10 muffins instead of 12, and these are going to rise nice and high. We'll get more cakey, more airy. I'll use my large cookie scoop again to equally portion my batter. Our healthy whole grain muffins are going to bake at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. But remember, we only have 10 muffins in our whole grain version. Both my grain-free and my whole grain blueberry swap muffins were perfect at 20 minutes. And you'll see grain-free. I made smaller cupcakes out of them. Muffins, rather. Yum. These are going to be your keto, paleo version of these muffins. Super high fiber. They're also vegan and gluten-free. We have our whole grain swap muffin. These are going to be nice and cakey and airy, full of oats, buckwheat, and whole psyllium husk. These will be vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free. They will have a few more extra slowly digesting healthy carbs. Yum.